If you're around schooling fish, what's one little tip that'll help you catch a whole lot more? Whoa! That's a beauty. Good morning, guys and girls. June 29. We're going to be looking at Hebrews. How many of you are thinking about coffee? Hebrews 10:24. I swear that's a terrible joke, and I cannot possibly look at Hebrews without thinking about it. Let us think about each other and help each other to show love and do good deeds. Let us think about each other and help each other to show love and to do good deeds. There's no joke about tournament fishermen, about hole fishing, hole jumpers, when they're tournament fishing. The joke is, I guess they thought I needed help on that spot, so they crowded in and helped me fish it. Obviously, this doesn't help at all. It hurts. And it's not all what God is talking about in today's scripture. He's not talking about hole jumpers. Hole jumpers is a bad thing in tournaments. A lot of times when somebody does that, you'll hear somebody holler, hole jumper, and they know who they're talking about. Jesus said that loving and helping each other is just about as important as loving God. You hear that? Loving and helping others is just about as important as loving God. And that's what God's asking us to do, to love Him, to obey Him. Why is that? It's because God's whole being is about love and it's about help. He created Adam and Eve with His love, and He helped them every single solitary day. God walked in the garden. God walked in the garden and talked to Adam day by day by day. All through the Bible, this picture is revealed over and over and over and over. You hear the word God is love? He's all about love. He's all about love, especially in the life, death, and the resurrection of Jesus. The ultimate expression of God's love and help for mankind, for you and for me. Loving and helping others might just be the very best way to make God smile. You want to put a smile on God's heart? Love somebody today. Help somebody today. Show God's love outwardly to somebody else, and that'll put a smile on God's very own heart. Here's our tip for today. If the fish are schooling, make sure that you have several rods rigged with lures that they may bite. Because let me tell you, when they're schooling, it happens in a hurry and it doesn't last very long. So what you want to do is, if you can get into a school of bass, go out there and catch you one as quick as you can. When you get that in the boat, throw that rod down, let that fish flop around in the boat, grab you another rod and throw it out there real quick. Sometimes you can actually catch 3 or 4 or 5 fish, and you got them flopping around in the bottom of the boat. Now, if you're fishing in a tournament, well, even if you're not in a tournament, make sure you don't go over the limit. Because if you got 3 in the live well and 5 flopping around in the boat, that's 8. That's over a limit in a tournament. So don't do that. Don't do that. But that's a way to catch fish really, really quickly. Another little tip that I might give you, you know that I fish predominantly with barbless hooks. In tournaments, I use barbs on my hooks, but when I'm not fishing tournaments, which I'm not doing anymore, hardly at all. I fish one every now and then, but I've got my barbs smashed down. This is another thing great in schooling fish, because if you're going to catch them and unhook them, you can do it much quicker if you don't have a barb in there. You unhook that fish, get back out there quick. You got to be quick while the fish are up, and it doesn't last very long. This is the time of the year when it's happening, usually early in the morning, particularly if you got a shad spawn, and late in the evening. Catch some schooling bass, have some fun out there, and remember, I sure do love you.